guys, welcome back again to my channel. So today I want to try this new HERMES bronzer and highlighter, but I thought to start first with using the HERMES foundation. And in case you're wondering, I got mine in the shade Barinia, and that's the shade I got mine. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit into my hands. It's very thick, but I just thought because we're reviewing the the HERMES bronzers, I might as well use the foundation. And let me just get my brush and stuff and I'll be right back. Because this is a bit mattifying, I'm going in with my glowy primer just first and put that just to make sure that everywhere doesn't stay too matte, and that's because I have a bit of a combination dry skin. Okay, I'm just gonna grab my brush and just to say about the bronzer, it has a sort of a glowy tint to it, so I think that's why I really want us to see it. And I'm trying to use the brightest light, so I have the normal light and my ring light on, just so it's able to give a good representation of it. So I'm going to be using my Tom Ford concealer, and that's my daughter at the background in case you're seeing her. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my powder, my Lady Gaga powder, the House Labs powder. And if you feel it's a bit long, you can skip and just move to the part of the bronze where I'm just applying the bronzer. I'm not going to use a contour today because I want us to see the this is the Fenty Beauty powder, by the way. I just want us to see the bronzer in action without me having to have a contour affect its the outcome of it. So we're just going to go straight to powder and then bronzer, and then we get to see what it's like. Okay, for comparison reasons, so let's start by, let me just show you the size. Right now, this is a Chanel. Obviously this is the size of it, as you can see, it's not as big as a Chanel, but I'm just letting you know it's oversized. So if you remember the highlight of the HERMES, actually let me grab that. So if you compare it to the HERMES highlighter, you see the size, so this is oversized compared to that. I just wanted to point that out. Okay, so yesterday I did swatch a shade, and I'm going to set it in the video of the Chanel and this is deeper than the Chanel. So the pictures on the site were not doing justice, and I'm happy in a good way because it's deeper than what's we normally expected. So that's what it looks like again, and I'm just going to do a hand swatch again for those of you that might not see the other part of the video. So that's it there. Let me swatch the Chanel again. This is my Chanel, and I bought this with the HERMES because I was running heating pan on this. So this is my Chanel, so I'm just going to move it here and swatch, and you can see this is deeper than this. I think this has a little bit more red to it, you can see. So that's just one swipe. Now let me also try my Victoria Beckham for us to see, if you bear with me. Oh, sorry. Okay, so this is my Victoria Beckham, so I'm just going to swatch this, and I'll just put it here so you can see in terms of comparison. The Chanel is close to the HERMES is close to the Victoria Beckham, while the Chanel is a bit lighter, but they're all warm. I just think this one maybe they all have a bit of a red to it compared to the Chanel one, as you can see. So again, this is HERMES, this is Chanel, and this is Victoria Beckham. Right, so let's apply it on now, and I'm just going to grab my brush. So I'm using my Sonia G's brush, remember this one? Okay, so let's just get into it. That's what it looks like. And I'll just put it here. You see that? That's just one. And I'm just going and just Okay, so that's what it's looking like. As you can see, you see I went a little bit more here than here. So if I tend to just double this up a lot more, you see how much warmth it brings. And I don't know if you can, let me see if I can bring the light close. It has a bit of a glow to it. It has this glow it brings to it, so it's really nice. So I've just gone on 2 times with it, and you see, let me tell you, this is a beautiful bronzer. Now I know the price is a bit steep, £85, but for what it's doing, yeah, I think it's on par with my Victoria Beckham bronzer. I really like it. So I mean, I had to get mine because of the fact that I was going off, my Chanel was finishing, and that's why I only have these 2 bronzers. You know, and you can see I'm heating pan on them, so that's why I got this. So this is my replacement, so I don't have to get another, you know, if you want to say bronzer. But I'm happy I didn't use a contour, you know, before I applied it, because you can see, because I didn't want it to affect anything. And you see how much warmth is brought to my face. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do my eyes, then I'll come back to do the highlighting, so we all see it together. And then I'll also show you the final makeup looking, so we see what it's looking like. But so far I'm really impressed. As I said, it does have a little bit of do you want to say a sparkle, but a little of a glow to it, some shiny thing in there, but it disappears as soon as you just go with the brush. Now I don't know if you're gonna get this, you know, if you have to go in twice, because I use this brush. Maybe if you use like this sort of brush here, which is like a synthetic, but I think it might just give it one more punch and one swipe. But I'm using the Sonia Jeans brush, this Niji Pro bronzer brush, and I had to go in 2 swipes to get this, but it's thick enough to give me this warmth. So if you're my skin tone, I'm using 8 in the shade Barinia, and you use La Mer, you know, you use Makeup by Mario in the shade, what is this, 24, and then of course this bronzer, but it's 5, the deepest one, so it's nice. It's really nice. I don't know if you're really like really dark, like very dark, if it's gonna really bronze you a lot. But as you see in the comparison, if you've got this Victoria Beckham, if you've got this Victoria Beckham in the shade number 4, this is giving you the same thing. All right, okay, so let me get on with my eyes and everything, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm just applying my blush now. That is the Chanel blush, what's it called again? Brown Russie, that's the one I'm applying. I've had it for a while. Okay, so that's done. Let's get quickly into the let me get it out. Okay, so let's apply this what's it called again? I don't know if I think it's a highlighter. I don't know what they call it, but I just think it's a highlighter. Because on the website it was saying something about, what did it even say again? It says it's a powder, whatever, but I just think it's a highlighter now. So let's just let me get this. I'm gonna use this brush. It's just stained, but it doesn't mean it's dirty. So I'm just gonna use this, just swirl it around. So I'm just gonna swirl. I've swirled it around, and you see I went in with I just swirled it around. That's the punch I get, but never mind. And how, you know, it's come out. I'm gonna blend it all out with my foundation and whatever brush. But you see how much pigment it has. So obviously for me it's a highlighter. That's what I know. I'm just dipping in and just picking anywhere I can, and just putting it here. There. So you see, it's so it just like the punch is really great. I didn't even know. I just went in with one punch, and I thought to swirl it around, and you see what it's done. So I'm just gonna grab my foundation brush and just, you know, sim it down a bit. But just so you see how, you see, but it's so nice. It doesn't have a shimmer to it. It just has a glow. So I think it's the same consistency with the HERMES highlighter. It's the same consistency. Let me quickly show you, compare that to the HERMES highlighter that I have. 1 second. So look at this closely. I think it's similar. Do you know what? I wasn't going to swatch this because I wanted to sell it. I just didn't. But let me just tap and maybe just swatch. Let me look for where. Okay, let's swatch here. Just one swipe of that. I'm just going to go around again. That's the old HERMES, the other one we have. See? Now let me just swatch this. This one has more just round. This one has more punch. You see? So this one is a bit like cool, while this is like a bright gold. So let me show you again. See? So yeah, so and then of course you're comparing. You see, this one is of course bigger than the smaller one. Okay. Okay, so that's everything. The bronzer applied. As you remember, I didn't go with no contour, just the bronzer, and that's the highlighter. That's the highlighter there. So it's given the same consistency, you know, as the old highlighters would give, which is because I've used it and I know that's the second one. I want to sell it because I didn't need it, but it's given the same. So I do appreciate it. It's really nice. It's very like really, it gives a strong punch. So you've got to just go gently. I mean, you know, when I used this brush, and I literally had to start blending it down. But right now I've sprayed my face, and you know, and I'm just trying to put up more just so you get to see for the camera. But it's nice, but it's not like, oh, like, you know, it's glitter. It's not glitter. So it's very nice for brown skin. Yeah, the gold here pops. It does really pop. It's not. And then in case you're wondering, it's very different from the Chanel. If you have this one, I don't know if you've got it yet. It's very different from this. This one is a bit more dark, while that is more brightening. So if you have this brown, this highlighter, and then that, you know, yeah,